In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder and warner that's in our midst. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Jock Brothers Presents Let Us Make Man, a show of brothers that desires nothing more than to show you what a striving man in God should be. For we all are family men who love our children. We all are businessmen. We all are youth mentors. And we all work hard in our community to make it a decent and safe place to live. When putting this podcast together, we decided to govern our actions by three rules. One was to put God first in all that we do. Two was to show content to podcasts that can make you a better you. And three, to showcase brotherhood and unity amongst men that we could be proud of. My name is Brother Abdul Kawi Muhammad. I'll be your host and moderator for tonight. I am the brother that's very interested in motivations and inspiration, so I hope you enjoy those lines of questions. Let me introduce you to the other hosts of the Job Brother. I want to first introduce you to brother born and raised in Orlando, Florida. He's our producer for tonight. Brother here has been married 19 years, going on 20. So very qualified brother to not only be like a host, but on a panel. My brother, Jackie Muhammad.
Give me more. Assalamu alaikum, Jog Nation. Thank you for tuning in to another wonderful show. We are working to get married. This is a single social. We want to get the black families married. So we're asking you to support. Make sure you come be a part of this show. Send your questions in, send your concerns in. Thank you for joining us. Back to you, Abdul.
Praise be to Allah. And the second brother, that second host of the day, brother born and raised in New York City, international traveler. This brother here he was born in this. He can tell you, he can straighten you out if you need straightened out. Former first officer in the Nation of Islam, a newlywed in his own right, my brother. Okay. That's right, brother.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. I've been Wednesday, no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger. We are the Jock Brothers. We put together a podcast to inspire and educate our listening audience. You can find us on Facebook and you can find us on YouTube under Jock Brothers. We also are youth mentors, and we have a youth initiative where we educate and inspire our young men and women in our communities. You can follow us on Jock Brothers on Facebook and YouTube, and you can also support us at the bottom of the screen. You see our Cash App, $Jock Bros, $Jock Bros. Also, if you want to help out in any of our initiatives, or if you have any ideas to give to our platform, and if you want to help, we're always looking for those individuals who have technical skills to join us. You can send us a message or your information at jockbrothersviewers@gmail.com. Thank you all for tuning in. Back to you, Brother Kawi.
All right, that's right, brother. Let's get into the introduction of our guests. I want to first start off with a brother that has visited the Job Brothers many times. Matter of fact, he should be a Job Brother. He's born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. He graduated from Xavier with a bachelor's degrees in secondary education. Married with two children. Let me see. This brother came. He's an acting student minister of Mosque number 46. He's been there nearly 20 years. Let me give you some fun facts about this brother that I just noticed today. This brother is a playwright. He writes plays. As a matter of fact, he's written 3, and he's got an award for it. The August Wilson Award. He also acts in them. So that's a fun fact about our brother. But this brother is a soldier in the Nation of Islam. He has his own podcast called I Have a Testimony. He has spearheaded conflict resolution programs in which he's been through 25 cities to give trainings. And he also serves on the advisory board for the first female mayor in New Orleans. No further ado with the Jock Brothers. Round of applause. I'd like to welcome student minister Willie Muhammad.
Praise be to Allah. All praises due to Allah, and thank you all for having me here. And I want to thank our sister in Jacksonville, Sister Angela, for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful single social.
Praise be to Allah. Our next guest is a native of Birmingham, Alabama. However, she resides in Jacksonville, Florida. Happily married sister to our brother Steve Muhammad. Proud mother of 5, 3 girls, 2 boys. She has businesses, Surgery Care LLC, a healthcare service professional, and she is currently pursuing a nursing degree to further her expertise in that field. This guest is a growing social media influencer using her platform to share uplifting, impactful, and encouraging content aimed at inspiring others to live purposeful lives. She's the reason for this single social we are having in Jacksonville. And with no further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our sister, Angela Muhammad.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate this opportunity to speak with you.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Yes,
and if
sir.
Angela, you could introduce your staff.
Okay. Yes, sir. I have with me today one of my co-organizers, Sister Tyshana X. She's my right hand. The sister. I rely on her heavily for her input, her insight, her intellect. She's super smart. Just a brilliant sister that I'm really honored, and it's a pleasure to have her as a part of our team.
Okay, praise be to Allah. You in open a word, sister?
Praise be to Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for allowing me to be on the show tonight. And thank you for Sister Angela, your introduction, and for allowing me and entrusting me to be on your team since the inception of the single socials here in Jacksonville.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, she also have a Tia X, Sister Tia X, that's trying to get on. Preferably she can get on so that she can get her flowers while she lives as well and add to the podcast. So let's, no further ado, let's get right into the show. A couple of subjects I really want to address, and that is marriage and the importance of marriage. Sister Angela, since you the first time on the job, brothers, can you kind of address that? The marriage?
I'm sorry, the recording it kind of messed up a little bit. I didn't hear the question.
Well, it just want to elaborate on marriage and the importance of marriage, especially for those in the Nation of Islam.
Okay, so marriage is very important, as we are taught it's half of our faith. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I have these words because I did want to share this. What he said as it relates to the importance of marriage to those of us who are Muslims. He said, marriage in Islam is a sacred contract which every Muslim must enter into unless there are some special reasons why that Muslim should not. But it is binding on every one of us to marry. No brother, no sister is to go throughout life without marriage. That is against the law of Islam. That's from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And as we know that the institution of marriage is a replication of us becoming one with Allah. So when we're running from marriage, we are in fact running from the process and the journey to become one with Allah. So marriage is very important. It's not something that we should be shying away from, or something that we should, not look at as it is something of importance, because in fact, it is. It really is.
So, Mr. Willie, can you add to that?
Man, our sister summed it up, and I'm not surprised, because you see it always teaching and sharing from the teachings of the Mozambique Elijah Muhammad online. So, I mean, what she said was right and exact. And I will add this: if we look into the teachings, marriage was even important to Yaqub in building his new man. Because he required that each of them to be married. Now you think about that. So the people that are now ruling the world in the infancy of this process of that was used to bring them into this planet Earth, marriage was a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't tell them like, yo, go in, y'all can just go and just sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. So think about that. And if the Most High Elijah Muhammad said that he's Yaqub in reverse, what role does it play as it relates to us going from being a Negro to being an individual that uses force and power?
Wow. I never put that together.
Crazy.
Wow. Sister Angela, so you have been running this single social for how many years now?
When did we start, Sister Tyshana? This is our fourth event, but we started in what, 23?
This is our third year doing it. So we had, I believe, 2 in 2023, 1 in 2024, and then this will be our 4th one.
Is this an event you're going to continue to have every year, Sister Angela?
Inshallah, we don't see any. Look, ain't no stopping us now. We on the move.
Everybody married.
That's right. So I'm asking that question to ask you this. It's like you creating a space for this single. We got other believers in the Nation of Islam that has created a space for marriages and singles and things of that nature. Now it seems like you're doing the same thing. What inspired you to want to open the space or to carve a lane like this for yourself?
What inspired me? It was a couple of things, actually. If somebody had told me, Sister Angela, you're gonna be doing something with the singles, and I would have been like, no, I'm not. No, that's not my lane. I'm not gonna do anything like this. But what happened was, I was actually having a conversation with some sisters, and I was listening to them, like literally just intensely
Is it me or she's breaking up with everybody?
Listening to what they were sharing with me as it relates.
Okay. Is it me?
It was like it just came to me. It was like kind of like I was being pushed to do this, Are y'all still able to hear me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Y'all can hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, I was really listening to the sisters, and it was like,
if somebody know the story, can somebody take over?
Was presented, and the way my mind worked, that's what really.
Okay.
Yeah, you were freezing up, sister.
Yeah, she's
freezing. Were y'all losing me?
Yeah, we were losing you. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. But so I don't know what part y'all heard and what y'all didn't hear. I'm gonna try to do it real quick. So I'm not sure what's going on. But basically, I was listening to some sisters. They were sharing some things with me as it relates to, wanting to be married, the challenges that we're facing of bringing the brothers and the sisters together. And it was a solution. I mean, it was actually a problem that was presented. I just felt like we had to come up with some type of solution to the problem. And it was, I was kind of pushed with this idea. And that's kind of what actually initially started it. When I started planning and I had my sisters around me, some of them are not pictured here with us today. Sister Doreen, let me just go ahead and mention them. Sister Doreen, Sister Kalila, and Sister Ashley, who is my second brain. It's my right hand, and then I got another brain. So she's not here either. So it was when I was reading this book. This is from Student Minister Willie. And I I was reading this book, and there's a part in this book, and I'm going to say it's on page number 36, where he was talking about, he has an excerpt from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, where the minister was saying we're supposed to be doing this. We're supposed to have this set up in our mosque, single events where the brothers and sisters can come together in a righteous type of environment where, you know, the connection and the interactions don't degenerate into anything foul. But we should be setting this up. So when I saw that, I was like, well, I feel like I'm following divine instructions. So it just kept me pushing me to do what we're doing. And like I said, this is our 4th time putting on one now. And if we are in alignment with what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has instructed us to do, then yeah, we ain't stopping. So,
you know, sister, I can attest to what you said, because I was part of the singles ministry. We put together a lot of events, and that was my inspiration. You know, I grew up in the nation. I always like to see couples, and when I became mature and got into to more of the setting with the singles, I heard a lot of those cries about putting things together, and that inspired me to push to get the events going on. But what support do you have for singles that are coming to your event or are apprehensive to come? Because I remember my first single socials, I was like, you know, we had a group of brothers, but we were all kind of, you know, how are we going to do it? What's going to happen there? We were all looking at it really a little shaky. We wasn't so bold to just go. We went, but we was real apprehensive in what we were expecting when we got there. So what do you have? What kind of support do you have for the believers that's coming?
You mean support as to who's helping us to promote this? Is that what you mean? Like,
I mean, support for them when they come, to make them feel at ease, to blend into conversations, to get.
Yeah. So the way that we've set up this social, it's and this is another thing that I've learned since we put this on. The atmosphere, the activities that we have, it really is set up to put you into a relaxed type of state. It's almost like you're among family. It's not really, you know, this, you know, FOI. It's really, and we wanted everybody who comes into the city and travels into the city to be comfortable when they come in. We are set up to make sure that this is, when you come into the city, you are as comfortable and we're as welcoming as we possibly can be. We understand who we're dealing with. We're dealing with the people of God. So there's no, you know, we don't have anything when it comes to the believers, and we make sure that we're taking care of the believers and making sure that we have the accommodations, everybody's taken care of. So we also have chaperones for all of our events. So nothing is done without supervision, without having chaperones present. And like I said, we have a lot of activities that are really just, they're fun-based activities, which you kind of feel like you're just around, friends, and it's really relaxing. So I've learned with the setup that we have is that people are comfortable letting down their guard. They're comfortable, socializing, and also that we kind of get a rejuvenation, if you will, from being amongst the believers. And I remember hearing this years ago, and it stands true, that when you are around true believers, you don't want to leave. I mean, the energy that we get from one another, feeding off of one another, it's just really a beautiful, rejuvenating experience. So, yeah, I mean, we have a great time. Minister Willie, him and that winning team, but we have a great time in Jacksonville. We have so much fun. So we do that on purpose. It's purposely done to provide activities that, everybody's just really comfortable with.
Praise be to Allah.
Minister Willie, knowing that her inspiration was from a book you wrote, like explain how that make you feel, man.
I mean, brother, everybody wants to know that what we do has an impact, right? And it inspires somebody. So I'm honored and I'm humbled and inspired at the same time that our sister, that I can share something that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, and it puts our Sister Angela and Sister Tashana and the other part of the committee that are there to do this, because what they're doing is what many other people in the Nation of Islam needs to do. It just so happens that their passion is connected to around the single socials. But what about other stuff? And can I share something that I heard from the minister? Two things. One thing I heard the minister say was at the dinner table, he said that every problem that we have in the nation, he said the solution is inside the nation.
Right.
And that means the solution is inside the people.
That's right.
But if the people don't realize, if they're under the hypnosis of a mystery God, they're looking for somebody else to solve a problem that God pulled them out of the grave to solve.
Yes, sir.
And once we were at the dinner table in Houston, and Brother Robert, who's the student minister in Austin, was sitting in front of the minister at the end of the table, and their study group had just become a mosque. And the minister started asking him just to tell me about yourself. And Brother Robert started talking about his family. He had his teenage children were like sophomores in college. They were like 14 years old, 14 years of age. And the minister was like, he was amazed. Like, how are they sophomores in college? One was on the stage and shook the hand of Barack Obama. And the minister said, well, they're homeschooled. And the brother said, in their early years, but Brother Robert and his wife in Texas, they have these independent school systems. And they were able to be a part of an independent school system. And so they were able to control the environment that their children were in while they were being educated with others. And then Brother Robert told the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he said, my wife took to heart what you taught about how to give birth to a God. And he said that she actually wrote a book about it. And as he was talking, the minister said, that lecture was developing in me for some years. And listen to this, how this connects to the question. He said that Allah is always revealing through me ideas that's beneficial for you all and for the nation. He said the problem is they remain in the idea stage because you all don't take them and do anything with them.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So what sister is doing, she's carrying out what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said. If he said it, are we going to wait for the minister to come and set up socials for everybody to do in every city?
Yeah. Come on now.
And some people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's easy to see how Student Minister Willie is like a frequent Your Single Soldiers as like the hosting minister.
Praise due to Allah.
Praise due to Allah.
Yes,
Tell us about how you was able to team up with Sister Tashana here.
So, Sister Tashana, when we were, it's kind of like the meeting of the gods. We was at a table, and we was having a conversation, and when the idea came to me, I presented it to them, and they were just right on board. They were right with me. Like, they didn't skip a beat. There was no hesitation. There was no second guessing, questioning, or anything like that. They were like, let's do this. And since we've started this, these sisters have been right with me, making sure that this gets done. I mean, they don't skip a beat. And so that's why it's been successful, because I really, you can't do something like this by yourself. I don't care what anybody says. To put something together, you have to have a solid team, and you have to have people around you who are like-minded. So you're trying to reach the same type of goal. And we, the divorce rate in the nation is pretty much equal to the divorce rate outside of the nation. We know that we cannot secure our nation without having strong families. So we have to have that foundation. And with Sister Tashana and the rest of the sisters, we understood the importance of all of this. So when we connected, I mean, we've been kind of glued to the hip ever since. So, Sister Tashana, you got something to say?
Yeah, I want to know in particular, Sister Tashana, what was it when she, I guess, brought this to you that like resonated with you so much, where you was like, I'm on board?
Well, during that year, Yeah, like Sister Angela said, it kind of was like a meeting of the gods because me and her and the sisters who are on the committee, we actually were spending a lot of time together. So, Sister Angela's house was the meeting grounds. During Ramadan, we would like meet together like pretty much every weekend, eating fruit tarts, breaking fast together. Um, and I know that a group of them actually went to Miami, was it? To Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia's singles social. And they came back and, they had some inspiration or different insights on it based on what they experienced. And Sister Angela was like, but they only do this one time a year? Like, we have to wait a whole nother year for one of these? Why don't we come up with our own? So that's how it began. And I think when was Ramadan that year? Probably like April or something like that, May. We had it in August.
August.
So, like she said, meeting of the gods, we operate on God frequencies.
Come on now.
And it is. So we had the idea and we worked to make it happen. August, and then that same year we had another one a few months later in December. And it's just like it's what made me want to be on the committee is because of the camaraderie, the like-mindedness between all of us. We were able to, take the idea. Each of us have our own area where we, handle things and come together. We have our meetings. We're very much, a group of like organized sisters, and we're able to make things happen by the grace of Allah. And also the importance of marriage. I have never been married. I'm representing for the young part of the nation. I would like to one day, inshallah. And in order to make that happen, I have to put in work and also set myself in environments or situations where I can meet people, but also even if I don't meet somebody, be able to learn and absorb and prepare myself for that part of my life. So, like Sister Angela mentioned, our divorce rate is not so much greater, or our marriage rate is not so much greater in the nation versus outside of the nation. Like our people less than other groups. However, our divorce rate is so much higher. So we just have to, like the minister said, family is the cornerstone of the nation. So how are we going to have families better than the families that we've grown up in that are broken if we're not doing the things to promote and have more marriages?
Good job.
Praise be to Allah.
Perfect job.
Sister Angela, you got any brothers on your team? And did you ever invite Brother Abdul Kawi to be part of your team?
No, she never. No, I'm gonna answer that question. No, sir. She haven't. But you can go ahead, sister, and finish it.
I'm gonna be working on that, brother.
I appreciate the segue out there because we got the history out the way. Jacksonville Single Social came about. Let's get into a different type of conversation. Let me start with Tashana X. So you've been to the Single Socials. Tell me about the attendance. Tell me about the attendance at MGT versus FOI.
Our attendance, praise be to Allah that our attendance has actually, with each year, has progressed. So that's a blessing. We've had even one year we were able to accommodate those who weren't able to come in person and have them view online via Zoom the workshop. And so, that's always a blessing. We want to get bigger and better every year. And with that, of course, we know what the history is. It's pretty obvious that with single socials and things like that, the ratio of brothers to sisters there's a stark difference. But thankfully also each year our participation when it comes to brothers has increased as well. Last year we did have some issues when it came to weather. So, some brothers were not able to come because of that, but we did have a much more attendance. So, inshallah, I'm hearing that somebody is supposed to be bringing a van load of brothers. We'll see.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
You articulated
Brother Jackie, I got a question for you. I know you're a host. I got a question. So clearly, I know you've heard that the FOI numbers are much lower than the MGT numbers at the socials. Do you have a science as to or answer as to why that may be? I want to hear from you. I never ever asked you that question.
Well, no. I don't have a science to what that may be. It's primarily though how we look at marriage. Brothers like myself, when you coming from the street, marriage is something that is the streets teach you is far off. And when you come in, you begin to listen to the minister and you begin to watch different couples. And if you have a good mentor, if you can get a good mentor who is one that is big on family, that will help. It's much needed that those of us, I'm glad you put me on the spot, brother, because now I feel responsible now. But those of us who are married should be mentors to brothers that are not married. That's part of my history in Florida, definitely. Brothers who have gotten married have came and told me that they have gotten married because they've seen me, and I would talk to them about it, the positive side of marriage, always. I have not been as vocal here in Atlanta as I should be. Now that you put me on the spot, I would have to be. But that's what we need. We need more brothers who have experienced marriage, the good side of it. I mean, it's wonderful. It really is.
Praise be to Allah.
Find you a good wife. It's wonderful, and we need to mentor more on that. So thank you for that question.
No, I appreciate your answer.
Yes, sir.
Student Minister Willard, do you want to take that question as well?
Regarding why there may be not a lot of brothers sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Several perspectives on that. Sometimes it's the real challenge of financially having financial challenges, and most brothers are not going to come up to you and say, "I can't go because I don't have the money." Right? So they're worded in different things. I'm working on myself. At the last one that we did a survey with a lot of the brothers who attended and was asking them what some of the obstacles that stand in their way of initiating a courtship. And many of them were saying like, I'm working on myself. When we looked at those who responded to that with that statement compared to those who said they had like finances they were working on, we saw a connection. So sometimes brothers don't want to say that, and it's financial. Another thing that I have noticed is, unfortunately, within our own nation, single socials are suffering because of the negative commentary that people are sharing about them. And oftentimes, I'm going to say this, sometimes you will hear something negative about a single social coming from an official, being a brother or sister who in a position of leadership from high on down. You don't need to go to that. They're only going to have a bunch of older people there. And they don't even realize that they're speaking words that are against the very instructions and desire that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan wish he said he wanted to see.
Right.
So begin to listen, and you listen to what certain people say, right? So sometimes that plays a role to it as well. And I think also I was telling with some of the single people, the single committee in our city, that we want to be careful about promoting the single events and single retreats and socials as this is for you to come and meet somebody solely. That's what it's about. Because yes, that you being there that increases the potential of it, but it's really for you to come in. It's a part of your development as a single person.
Right.
is a part of your investment. You're investing, and in your investing in yourself, you may end up meeting somebody. And why not come to a place like Jacksonville? We at a time right now where there's an international ban on travel. So we're not going out to Hawaii and all of these other places. Why not, as a single person, and say, I'm going to go to Jacksonville. I'm going to take a time where I'm going to see the city, and I'm going to be with believers and learn, right? Because you may end up coming to an event. You also, one of the benefits of coming to the event, it gives you the opportunity to practice interacting with members of the opposite sex. Because still in 2025, you have certain study groups, you have some study groups and some mosques that still have this environment where they're telling brothers, don't talk to the sisters. Telling sisters, don't say nothing to the brothers, even at the mosque. So you have some brothers and sisters who don't even want to go up to a sister or to a brother and say, hey, what did you think about the minister's lecture today? Hey, I saw you at study group. You made an interesting point. I wanted to share this. But in some people, for whatever reason, when they seem like they come into the Nation of Islam, maybe after committing the actual facts and student enrollment to in their mind, they seem like they forget on how to approach a member of the opposite sex. So with this social, this social, the organizers of it are very intentional with the seating. They make sure that it's not all the brothers over here and all the sisters over here. They make sure that the seatings are mixed up where you have to interact with one another. Then you have these socials. So you get the opportunity to begin to start learning like, yo, I can learn how to talk to a sister. And the conversations are very real that they have there. And the last part, coming to the single social, you may end up, especially a person that's new to the Nation of Islam, they may not be aware of certain lectures that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has done, or certain words of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad about being single, about preparing, about marriage. And then when you come to these socials, you get this information, right? So it's a host of things that needs to be done. And trust me, if we don't continue to put on these single socials, we're going to continue to keep seeing people get marched out of the mosque. On the study group. So I commend the work of Sister Angela. I see in New York they have like a single social committee. I commend the work of Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia and the work that they're doing, because it is needed.
Right.
Student Minister Willie keeping it real.
Get real.
Brother Ahmed, because I want the men to address this concern. Brother Ahmed, I want you. I know you're a host, but can you address that same question?
Well, I wanted to deal with the comment that or the statement that Brother Willie said about you're coming to the event to meet somebody. It's kind of seemed like, even again, when I was a big advocate to get the brothers together when I was part of the singles committee, and that was my job. Go get the brothers. And in dealing with them, I would try to inspire them and push them into going, almost like a leap of faith, you know? Well, I'm not ready. Well, I don't have this, or I'm not. Look, let's just go. And I've watched firsthand, and I've watched brothers go from single to marriage, their jobs, everything that they were working on, they seem to increase just by stepping out there to go to these events. So sometimes they just need a little push. Sometimes they just need that extra push or backing to let them know that, hey, we all together on this. This idea of going from single to marriage is not just something that you have to deal with. It's more of our community. It's more of our nation. It's more of our mosque. It's more of us as a nation to grow. You have to make that step. So sometimes, from what I've seen and what I witnessed, was that the brothers just need that push. They need that somebody to lock arms with them and let's walk this together. You know, they need to know that we're in this together.
Yes, sir. No, beautiful, beautiful. Student Mr. Willie?
And two other things, and what Brother Ahmed said, it validates to me a thought, that another perspective. One of the things that has to happen within our nation is like coming up, like when Brother Sharif, Brother Sharif will be pushing it, right?
All the time.
And a lot of times the brothers from the chains of command have to begin to start being encouraged to go.
Right.
Because then when they begin to start hearing that from men who they look to for their training,
right,
who they look to help guide them through manhood development, begin to start saying, brother, you need to go to this. You feel me? And then the other thing that has to happen, the people who attend these single socials, who have a good time, have to be more vocal about the good times that they had. They need to flood social media, say, oh, we had a great time.
Right.
Because oftentimes, and it's just, you think about being in a mosque and study group, sometimes the people with the funky attitudes be the ones with the loudest megaphone.
Yes, sir.
They be the ones that talk, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that.
Right.
And they be the majority, they be the minority, but they're amplifying their voice because they're constantly saying it. So those who have had the great experience have to begin to start getting out there and saying more, listen, I thoroughly enjoy it, brother. I thoroughly enjoy it. And the single socials are organized. They have the website. Right. I mean, Jacksonville, Florida, bro. Come on, Jacksonville. That ain't enough just to want to make you come. And it's have a good time, man. You should see the videos. They have a great time. I don't know what time we left from Sister Angela's house. Was that last year, Sister Angela? We was there late. We was there late playing the games.
It was the year before.
The year before.
Playing games.
Yeah, man. We had some real conversations too.
Beautiful, beautiful dialogue. You want to add something to that, Brother Jack? Are you good?
No. But what is the website?
Okay. I don't see it on here. Do you have a website? Oh, there you go. No, I don't.
So it's jacksinglesocial.com.
Okay.
Jacksingles, that's JAX. Singlesocial.com.
Sister Tashana X,
Yes,
based on what you heard in terms of the dialogue these brothers just gave, what do you have an opinion of that? What you think about what they just said? All the brothers here.
I concur, and there is a multitude of different reasons, and each one is individualized. One thing I can think about is also like Brother Minister Willie. He provided us with a very great compilation of material from the minister, where it's about courtship and a introspective kind of like a catalog or course when it comes to questions for us to have and explore within ourselves about the specific things that we need or think we need or desire in a mate in ourselves. And I actually printed it out. It's very thick as well. And so, I think that these opportunities also allow us to have exploration, self-exploration, because it's some things especially young people. A lot of young people, we don't really come to these events. We're so used to social media, and there's a tendency to DM hop and all these things when we have lost the art of face-to-face. And, we may see someone on social media, but when we actually encounter them at an event, that infatuation may change. So You know, we need to be able to, you know, be face to face and, you know, learn how to interact and learn the actual proper way to court and go about this process. And it also goes into, when I talked about the self exploration, it also goes into, like, you know, learning or knowing ourselves and knowing what we need, knowing what we can provide. So that way we're not going into courtship or going into a marriage blind. And then also, I think about what Brother Minister Willie said about being financially ready. I've heard that from brothers and everything like that. I think about, like, the originator, when the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that there was never a time where the black man was without his woman, his black woman. So when the originator, before he created anything else, after he created himself, he brought out that second self.
Come on, sister.
And he brought everything else into being. So he didn't have it all prepared before he brought her into being. If we look at
come on, man,
the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the minister, they went through rough times.
right?
They had that beautiful black woman
Right.
by their side as a force of
Right.
inspiration to bring about all that they brought about. So there's no need to let that be the holdup. Yes, there needs to be some type of, like, money, I guess, to, you know, be able to sustain yourself. But if you got a roof over your head, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet, we don't have to have 6 zeros behind a 1 in order to make that commitment. Because that woman who is the helpmeet, the originator, he brought that woman into being because he knew what she could provide for him in order to bring all that we have into existence that we see outside of our windows.
Sister, you reached down for that one. You got
I'm
it.
telling you, you went in on that one.
If that alone don't motivate you,
And guess what? And for the brothers who watching this, she's gonna be at the single social.
That's right.
That's right, brother.
Wow. Sister Angela, this is what you wanted, right?
So,
This is what you wanted, Sister Angela.
let me ask a question. As far as when you come to the single social, is there any type of I don't know how to articulate it, maybe not instructional, but what if you don't know how to interact? Are you helping the brothers and sisters learn how to interact? Are we saying this is proper, this is improper? You know, maybe they come from a small study group and they got registered and boom, they started working. Never knew how to interact with each other. So when you come to a setting like this, is there any type of, is anyone standing up saying, okay, well, this is what we're doing, this is what you should do? Go ahead, Brother Willie. I see you here. You're muted, sir.
Last year, and somebody we would have a session on that Saturday. We was just with the brothers and the sisters, and then there one we bring everybody together. But I know with the brothers, we talk about that. I know I talk about that and give some examples and encourage brothers to say, what are your fears? What are your concerns? I remember at Sister Angela's home, our sister, she's from Atlanta. Daquel, right? Am I pronouncing her name right?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
When Daquel, she was making a joke. We were
Darquel.
And she was talking about, like, you know, back in the days, they used to drop a napkin or a handkerchief or whatever. And so it was a joke. And we were saying, brother, if you see the sister drop a handkerchief in front of you, that's a sign. But of course, it was joking. But I bring that conversation up because we had discussions. And what was beautiful about it, we were able to ask the sisters. So if you were interested in a brother, what would be some things that you would do in person and online? And then we were able to have conversations with the brothers. What was some of the hesitancy? Because sometimes I'm in different cities I've gone to. One of the common things I'll continue to keep hearing is that sometimes brothers don't want to err on mistaking a sister being kind and nice until she's interested in me.
Mhm.
And oftentimes it'd be the sister's way in the Nation of Islam's way trying to let you know I am interested in you, but the brother say, "Oh, that's just her being an MGT. She's just being nice," and he don't realize that all of the other brothers came up there and they only got one slice of bean pie.
He's on that extra.
Oh, brother, I gave you an extra cup of bean soup. And brothers be like, some brothers be missing it, like, yo, bro, everybody else only got one slice. She gave you 3. So we have those discussions.
That's good. I think that should be known before brothers like come up. I mean, that kind of takes the pressure, in my opinion, off of brothers that maybe be hesitant for coming. So if I know that, okay, they're gonna help me to understand the proper way of doing what I need to do, then yeah, that's a plus. So that's good. That's actually good.
So look, for the last portion of the show, look, I'm gonna ask the 10 most common, frequently asked questions. For the sake of time, if you can try to answer them quick, and then we're gonna do final words, and we're gonna be up out of here, okay? And so let me see the 10 frequently asked questions. Here they go. When are the upcoming Jacksonville Single Social event scheduled? What's the date for the upcoming Single Social event?
September 11th through September 14th.
Okay, it's going to be September the
Yeah.
That's what it is? September 11th through the 14th?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question. What can I expect when I attend a Jacksonville Single Social gathering? I think Student Minister Willie just answered that. But do y'all want to add to it? You good? Or you want to add to it?
You're
Okay.
gonna have fun, and then you see now we
No,
have.
I think.
Go ahead, Sister Angela.
No. Go ahead, brother Willie.
I said, you're gonna really enjoy yourself. Trust me. And you see, also our brother and sister from Tampa, they're going to be present and talking about the importance of dynetics before and after courtship. You're going to get your money's worth.
Praise be to Allah.
Listen, and can I'm share this.
Sure.
Last year, there was a situation where a hurricane was coming, right? And it was temporarily canceled. But when the hurricane passed Jacksonville, people were still so excited and still wanted to come that they still made their way to Jacksonville after the hurricane passed. Now that's something. I'm from New Orleans. You a hurricane, you like, I'm gonna stay home. But people still wanted to get there. Now you tell me if that doesn't an indicator that people are really finding it to be beneficial.
Right.
Beautiful. Next question.
Right.
Is there a host hotel, or are there recommended hotels or accommodations nearby for out-of-town attendees?
We do not have a host hotel, but we do have on the website the recommended hotels that we have looked at and researched for the believers to look at.
And again, everybody, the website is at the bottom here, www.jacksinglesocial.com. Next question. How and where can I register for the Jacksonville Single Social? I guess the website, right?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Next question. Is food provided at the event, and what is the cost of the meals?
Sister Tyshawn, I'm going to let you answer that.
Okay, yes. So we're not providing food every single day, but I believe on that Saturday, along with you being able to register on the website, there's also an option for you to pre-order or purchase a meal ticket. I believe, what are the options? Fish, veggie, and is it chicken?
And what's the cost?
Is it 30?
For the $30 for the entire meal.
It gonna come with a drink, right?
Absolutely. And dessert.
Well,
Salad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be definitely worth $30.
Yeah.
Praise be to Allah.
And we can
And
cook.
it's MGT cooked food. That's
Yeah,
the most
Sister
important.
Tasha, we can cook.
Right. All right. Is there a deadline for registering for the Jacksonville Singer Social?
Sister Tashana.
Yes, so we have chosen August 29th for the deadline. That gives us 2 weeks to make sure that we have all the numbers and everything enough to accommodate everyone who attends. So August 29th.
I have a question in there. It starts on Thursday, correct?
Yes,
Thursday?
sir.
Okay, so if I have to work and I can't make it Thursday, make it Friday, is it okay for someone to still come if they can't make it on that Thursday or that Friday?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Now we already answered this question. What inspired you to start the Jacksonville Singer Social? All right. Next question. Do you have to be active and registered to attend?
You sure do.
Absolutely. This is only for registered and active FOI and MGT in the Nation of Islam.
Okay. Is there a refund policy for the registration fee?
Sister Tashana.
No,
That's right.
we do have that. We do have that highlighted on the website.
That's
So
right.
if you pay, you gotta come.
Is there transportation provided, or do we need to get a rental car?
Sister Angela, do you want me to? We do have brothers in our city who do provide transportation.
So, yes, the option to right.
She broke up. Tashana X, can you answer that question?
Yes, we do have brothers in the city who provide transportation each year. So we all provide their information as well as the cost to attendees.
I have a question just out of the box. Just because I have a lot of non-Nation of Islam watchers, the question will probably be: Is this if this is just for information gathering? Why could a non-registered member come for the information? Can anybody tackle that? Or
Well, currently we have not. I'll speak on it. Currently, the way that we have set this single social up is right now. I'm not saying that we won't expand it in the future to be able to invite non-registered members of the Nation of Islam, because I actually have been thinking about that, because the information that is provided, it's not necessarily just for the Nation of Islam, because we all need to know how to enter into relationships properly. So the information that Minister Willie is providing and the workshops that he's giving to basically, help us understand the process and to do it properly, I think it goes outside of the lines of just, the Nation of Islam. That's something we will possibly look at in tackling in the future. But right now, it's for the registered members of the Nation of Islam.
beautiful. That was the last question.
Well,
You have a question, Ahmed? Go ahead.
Because my question I don't think was answered earlier. Is there a brother part of your team?
I'm sorry.
Is there a brother that brothers can contact that's part of your team? That's what I asked earlier. I don't think that was answered.
Right, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't answer. We initially did have someone that was a brother who was working with us. He stepped down. I had another brother. He kind of didn't work out. Stepped down, and so I'm in search of. Please send me your resumes, because I do need a brother to join on to the single social to help us with the brothers. So please send your resumes to me. ASAP, brother. Can we send me that so I can get you interviewed? We need to have you on our panel. So come on, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, man. Praise
brothers
God.
might want to come down there and roommate with each other. You know, they just need somebody to collaborate.
Yeah, yes, sir, absolutely.
Brother Jackie.
Brother Willie, what's the name of the book that she was reading from?
That's titled a message to courting single.
Can y'all see it?
No, it's
No,
blurred up, cut up
Yes,
in your
yes.
background. But it's a message to, it is a message to single, courting, married, and divorced believers.
You got to take the blur off, Sister
Yeah.
Angela.
A message to, it's on Amazon. They can go, if
It
they go on
is.
Amazon and they type in Willie Muhammad books, they'll see that book and they'll see other books that are talking about. But it's a message to single, courting, married, and divorced believers.
All right. We in the final words. Just a final word. We're going to start with our sister Tashana X. Final words.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah for this podcast, for being able to share more about our platform, and thank you for joining us on the platform. We ask that, if you are able to come, please come. Brothers come, younger people come, and just enjoy your time here in Jacksonville, because you definitely won't regret it.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful.
Very
Sister Angela Muhammad, final words.
Yes, sir. So we're looking forward to all of the believers who are interested in coming to learn more about courtship, the proper process for courtship, answering your questions. Also, as Minister Willie mentioned earlier, Sister Naira and Brother David to deliver a impactful segment on Dianetics and the importance of being audited before and during marriage. So I just don't want us to allow singleness to become a lifestyle for us. That is a lifestyle that we really can't afford if we are trying to secure our nation. So just go ahead and register. Go to our website. If you have any questions, you can reach out and contact me again. Thank you all for inviting us to be with you this evening to speak on the single social here in Jacksonville.
Beautiful, beautiful. Do the Mr. Willie last words.
Once again, thank you all for the opportunity to be on your show. Continue to keep doing it. And special thanks to Sister Angela and our sister from Jacksonville, and for the work that you all are doing. Continue to keep doing it, because it is important, and you all are carrying out what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has asked to be done.
Praise
Beautiful, beautifully said.
Praise
Brother Ahmed, final words.
yes, sir. Thank you all for keeping the mission going for marriage. It's greatly needed. It's greatly needed, and it's something that's always going to be needed. I don't think there's ever going to be a time when that service is not needed. So keep promoting, keep pushing. Don't let the attendance or anything stop you from doing. Again, if we save one, then we've done our job.
Yes.
If we get one relationship out of it, we've
That's
done our job. So keep pushing, and
That's right.
inspire everybody to get married and support your nation and be a productive member in your family and your nation. Thank you both for coming on our show.
Beautiful.
Praise
I'm sorry,
the
Sister
Lord.
Angela. I know you recently got married. Did you meet your husband from the single social?
I did not meet him at the single social, but he found out about me from me doing the single social. So
Praise be to Allah. And aren't you gonna do a wedding at the single social from a couple that met at the single social?
Yes, beautiful that you brought that up. We will have a wedding ceremony that all of the attendees are able to be a part of on the Friday of the single social. It was two of our previous attendees. Well, the brother has been here a couple times. It was her first time attending, and he's in Jacksonville. So they entered into courtship, because we've had courtships come out of our single socials. They went into a courtship and it went well, obviously. And they were so thankful and grateful for us putting on the single social that they asked if they could perform the ceremony during the single social. And of course, that's absolutely beautiful to be able to take part in a wedding that actually came from us putting this event on. So I'm just elated. I'm just beside myself. I'm so happy about it.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Jackie, final words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you all for what you're doing. It's greatly needed. Our nation definitely needed. We must secure our nation with marriages. I just want to say to those of us who are already married, brothers in particular, we need to continue to become mentors to our young brothers who are not married and mentor them in this process. We must just speak the good of it. I mean, the challenge of it is just for us to grow, but the good of it is what becomes from it. If you stay together, man, you can get a lot of good out of this, man. I'm telling you. So definitely, brothers, we need to become mentors, more mentors to our young brothers who are coming in the nation and brothers who are already in the nation. Just encourage them. So thank you all.
Praise be to Allah. So my final words is, the name of our business is the Jock Brothers. But the actual title of the show is Let Us Make Men. And what better way to be a man than to get your queen? I think Sister Tashana X, she said it best earlier when she said before God did anything else, he made him a helpmeet for himself, a second self. So how are we going to do that, brothers, if we don't at least attempt it? If we don't at least come and see what this great nation of Islam has for us? So, brother, we are encouraging you to come to these single socials, and if nothing else, just learn something about this process that we got to embark on. Again, single social will be September 11th through the 14th in Jacksonville, Florida. And I pray, brothers, that we could pack the house, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. That's what I got, brother Jackie. You can take us out.